Yeah, so no work. Don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like a dog with two dicks today. I'm not sure what happened then. We just got booted off. But anyway, yeah, so wasn't sure what I was going to do today. I do want to polish the SF50 because it's been sitting for a while now and dulled off a bit. This morning I started out, I took one of the wheels off the Jagzilla, off the blown Jag, to try and see if the offset's gonna work on this. I don't know if these are what are gonna stay. The offset doesn't look the best, to be honest, but I may be able to, when I repair that guard, pump these just a touch to get them to fit. Now, they're a Riddler wheel, they're not actually a Pro Star, so they're a 17-inch wheel. They look like a Pro Star, and I quite like them. Leaf doesn't like them. Well, there's something I probably should address before we get started. Last video I done, I said I was giving the blown Jag to Leaf, now, or Captain, okay? And then there were a heap of people that obviously are ungrateful people that get everything given to them in their life or whatever and never work for anything. Now, I gave that car to him because I was going to buy another car for him, but what's the point of buying another one when I already have one? The blown motor in it makes the car unusable. What is the point in giving that car to him and then him not being able to use it? So, the blown motor can come out and he's getting this engine to put in it, okay? So we're actually going to build something that he can use. This 5 litre in here, okay, we sorted this out now, it has oil pressure. So the inlet manifold that's on this is going to go 700 in it, okay, so it's a 4-speed auto. Cable kick down. So that, when we pull that motor and box out in about a week, it will end up in my car. Okay, so I'll have a 4-speed auto, and the Turbo 350 that's in my car, which is good, it just needs this seal fitted. Wherever it is, I've got a selector seal here for it anyway. This Turbo 350 will end up in his car. And the other comment was, why don't you leave the wheels on it? Because he doesn't want them. He doesn't like them, he doesn't want them on the car. And the offset of those wheels don't work anyway because they rub on the outside, so they're useless to him. So to the people that carried on that, why don't I just give it to him, he does all this. He gets paid well, right? And when I say that I think he deserves more money, he sets his wage. I get a text message every Wednesday on how much his pay is. I don't set his pay, he does. He tells me how much he earned that week and what he wants to be paid, and then I pay it. So anyone that wants to cry, sorry to be so negative in the start of this video, but anyway, that's another story. But anyway, Captain's happy, could not be happier. So we'll do his car in 2 weeks. So 2 full weeks of work time we'll use to fit the motor, and then the second week we'll be doing a couple of front end parts and all that sort of stuff to get that thing happening. But anyway, that aside, so that's what's happening with that car, and that's why that motor's not staying in that car and why the wheels aren't staying on that car, because he doesn't want the wheels and the motor's useless to him, but we can use that engine in another vehicle and actually drive it and enjoy it. And Ben Arnold, you are a legend, mate. Thank you very much. Right, okay, so back to the Mark II. There's more. Okay, so for you guys that haven't seen this car before, okay, it's a Jaguar Mark II, but Jaguar took bodies, same as HSV take bodies and SSs from Holden and make them into a HSV. Daimler done the same thing back in the day with Jaguar, whereas Daimler took on the Jaguar bodies and made it their own, which meant different grille, different trim package, and in this case, a completely different engine, which is a 2.5 litre V8 Hemi style V8. Okay, so the other day on Facebook, I got a link from Alex. You're a legend. Thank you very much, buddy. Pointing out that there was 3 of these 2.5 Hemi V8s that have come up for sale. So I got onto the guy straight away, messaged him, tried to get in touch with him. I'll buy them, mate. Don't need to query on price. Very happy. Thank you very much. Yes, no worries. So 3 engines. One was complete. One was all polished up and on a stand that had been to the Queensland, the Ekka and all that sort of stuff as a display. And the other one was a complete pulled apart engine. But yeah, by the time I paid the deposit straight away and then went down a week later to pick them up. A day before I picked them up, I got a call to say, look, my dad doesn't want to sell the display engine. but you can have what's left. And I just had to say yes. In the end, they were great people. I was pretty pissed off, I must admit. I've done a deal and they backed out. But when I got down there, they were great people. They really were, really nice people. And in the end, I was happy. So what's happened is I have another V8 here, which we've started to pull apart. Now, this thing was a runner when they pulled it out 20 years ago. The engine was stored really well, but all the bores are really good. There's no lip. It turned over to a point. But see here where that piston's been eaten away? This stuff here, see that stuff just there? That's the piston. I don't know what got in there, but something got in there and just ate that little bit of the piston, right? And then expanded the aluminium so it'd get to there and it'd stop each time and we couldn't get it to start. But that doesn't matter. We can buy rings and bearings. I'm going to order parts for this next week and make a good start on rebuilding it. So we'll drop the sump, check to make sure that the big end bearings and everything is standards. If they are, the crank should clean up. We'll just lynch that, put bearings, rings. It did come with a second engine, it come with no extra cylinder heads though. So it come with, that's another inlet manifold, another air cleaner that come with it, extra rocket gear, rocket covers, but there was a complete, oh, there's the other bottom end there. So this is another complete bottom end, also with no lip, which is pretty good. We ended up with the alternator bracket we needed to change it from generator to alternator, which is there, which is great. It's just a modified one, so I may use that as a template and remake one that looks a bit nicer. It had a copper head gasket done at some stage. Here's your inlet manifold setup. Like, just having this complete with all the linkages and stuff like that is awesome. So they actually run the same autos, the Borg Warner 35s, as my hardtop. The hardtop gearbox come back the other day that's been built and we bought a converter for it. I don't think I'm going to put which is just under here, there's a rebuilt auto and converter. So that's actually the same box as the Jag, is a Borg Warner 35, which is for the hardtop, which the diff still hasn't come back, so we haven't moved forward on that yet. But yeah, I hope all that made sense. So anyway, we have another engine to build to go into the Jag. Today I'm trying to see what wheels are going to fit, and I've got this other, okay, so the front wheel here, I think that if that guard comes out just a touch, I'll clear like a decent fitment and it'll be pretty close. I've got this weld wheel here, okay, so I can get that's a 15-inch wheel. I can get that exact wheel and that offset in a ProStar, a proper ProStar. So I might try and fit that one to the rear and see if it clears, and that way I'll end up with a 15 on the rear, a 17 on the front, but a bit of a dish. What do you guys reckon? Right, I might read a couple of comments before I lift that up, and yeah, been pretty busy here, like that's why I haven't been posting, and I actually went and had surgery too last Thursday it was, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, because Friday was no good. Happy Easter, happy Easter. G'day Bogan blokes, how are you buddy? There's not much comments, okay, cool. All right, well I might lift this up and we will get this wheel off and try and fit that weld wheel on the back and see if it actually cheers Ben. I was going to go like an old school wheel, like something like, I'll show you. I want to sort of go race car style, but at the same time I've got those wheels and they don't, the offset of them just don't fit anything else. Are they in there? I've had a huge clean out of wheels and crap, but there's a set of yeah, old school in a 15. There are some other wheels. If these don't fit, I'm going to buy a set of wheels, but just get the offset right so they do fit perfectly. On the rear of these, on the inside, at the back, there is a lot of room, but yeah, anyway, let's lift this. I don't want to sit on the seat because it rained last night and it'll get wet, but anyway. Couldn't find a bigger jack. Alright. The weld wheels take a shank wheel nut, and I can't even think of where I'd find any shank wheel nuts, so we'll just have to gently sit these on. Yeah, I don't know. Wheels are, you sort of, we were going to change the diff and everything in this and put a deep dish wheel, but we've decided to just not waste the time. It's not going to be a race. It's just going to be, yeah, just a cruiser. So there's no real point in going that far. These early Jags run a different normal sort of diff setup compared to your other Jags which have inboard brakes. But look at that, like 1963 and Jag were already running disc brakes in the rear. Most cars of that era, anyone that's got Oldens and stuff, they don't even run disc brakes in the front, let alone the rear. They're just a absolutely phenomenal car in, you know, so ahead of their time, you know. But yeah, I don't know what wheels to run yet. I've got a little bit of time before this thing's going to be done realistically. I'll take you out the back and show you this Valiant Ute we're going to get started on soon for a mate down in Newcastle. I don't know how I'm going to do this with no hands, but anyway, I'll work it out, won't I? Oh. Yeah, work's been flat out, guys. That's why I haven't really done many videos. And I had to, yeah, just how it goes, you know. That might even fit in there yet. These run wheel spats on the back. We're not sure if we're going to run them, but if this does fit in, I might even run wheel spats. And I'm struggling here, guys. But I am silly enough to hold a camera and try and fit a wheel at the same time, I suppose. But yeah. How are all your projects going? You spending much time doing it? Obviously, we're in lockdown and we've got to wear masks out here and all that sort of carry on. Do you like my mask? I like the way it fits, you know, it actually looks like, it fits that well, it looks like I'm not even wearing one. Don't you reckon? It does, eh? But anyway, that's just a whole new story in itself, isn't it? Yeah, anyway. There's a lady at the servo the other day carrying on because I had no mask on, and I just looked at her and said, Christ, if the world's going to end because I'm not wearing a mask, we're in a lot of trouble. But anyway. Not like there's been any cases out here at all. So yeah, roads are pretty busy, but like I'm right on the highway here. Highway's just down over there. A lot of people out doing the holiday thing for Easter, which is awesome. So yeah, oh, this must have been, I must be trying to put it onto the, these are multi-fits. Multi-fit means it's got Ford and Holden. I'm trying to put it on that one. It must be that this was on a Ford before. I actually bought this wheel from a scrapyard for 25 bucks. Couldn't believe it. I was very happy with myself that day, let me tell you. I'm struggling here. All right, I'm just going to sit this down right there for a second. There we go. No way that's going to fit. What do you guys reckon? That fitment's way out. I'll just drop it down a bit. I can't put wheel nuts on it, but we'll sit it down and see what it's going to do. I love weld wheels, eh? But I'm old though. These were the wheel in the day. You didn't get any better than a set of welds on your HQ. I had them on my first car, but I only had rears. I could never afford to buy the fronts. But I put a 9-inch in it, and the wheels come with the 9-inch because it was shortened. So it had a big deep backspace and that. This is where I need another set of hands. We've actually got a new guy starting next week, I think, which will be good. So there we go. Have you seen anyone do anything stupider than this today? You'd be going well. Alright. Well, I need to pump the guards pretty far for that to work, really. It's in pretty far, isn't it? That's pretty hard up against the hub. If I didn't run the Obviously it's got to go lower, but well, it's not actually too bad. I'll move the forklift out of the way. Hopefully that doesn't fall off, but anyway. I just sat in the seat, so now I've got wet pants. Righto. Looks like a bit of a beast. Like, obviously it's got to go a lot lower. What do you think of the 15 and 17 look? Like the bigger wheel, smaller wheel. Obviously it'll end up with the same style as that on there. But I'll see if I can get the spat to sit on. It's sitting out heaps. Fairly well hard at the hub. I could always machine the inside here. Oh no, you can't because they're a two-piece. See, how far does the standard wheel hang out? See, it's dished right in and it's pretty much flush on that back section there, whereas that's filling the whole front bit. I don't know, guys, I don't know. There's a spat there. It runs these wheel cover things on here. Which one's that one? That's the real one. Yep, that's the right side. So that there goes on. Yeah, nowhere near fitting. Unless they were flare to touch, then I could use them, I suppose. But trying to do it one-handed, it's not the optimum, I can tell you. I'll just close that door. Look at that. I actually think if I can get that to work, that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. Run the spats, lower it down, run the 17s on the front, buy some 15s for the rear. Even if I get a 7 for the back instead of an 8, 8.5, so it brings that dish in just a touch. What are we thinking, guys? I don't know. It's I don't want to go big flares, like it's not really the car for it, but if I could remake these slightly, get another set, I don't want to chop these ones up, and just mould them a touch, pump that guard ever so slightly, that could be killer. What do you reckon? I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Ugh. I'll have to bring, when the blown Jag comes over, I'll take the rest of these wheels off, because the other wheels are exactly the same offset, just they have a slightly larger tyre on them. So, because it really doesn't stick out that far. She looks like a bit of a beast, but I'm very happy with that. Yeah. If I can get that to work, that could be us, I reckon. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Love the wheels, looks killer. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Look at those side pipes hanging out there. How cool is that? I really should find some wheel nuts, shouldn't I? Because I'm actually going to do a rear bumper delete. This bumper's going to go and it's going to be rounded off. So I'm wondering whether, when I do it, we just put a bit more time into some sheet metal work at the back here and get them to fit and run the 15 and 17. Because, yeah, I quite like that. It's looking good. What do you guys reckon? I like it. Cleans it up. I wanted to use those Pro Stars on something, and I really like this car, so... And something different too. Everyone runs wire wheels like I got on that other Series 1 the other day. So, yeah. Alright, might revisit this again a bit later. But yeah, very, very happy with that. It's awesome. I just love these V8s, the way they look, these Hemi style V8s. Killer. I was hoping that I'd end up with the 3 because the plan was to put one in the HR and one in one of my Bedfords, like one in, so I've got this Bedford truck out here, right? And you can take the side panels off. Anyone want a VN, one owner? Hardly ever had the roof chopped off. Yeah, see the see that Bedford there, when you build them into hot rods, you can take the side panel there off so you'll be able to see in to see the engine and see those mad Hemi style rocker covers. Bought this little Subaru the other day to complete a few of the others. I wanted a set of wheels for the Liberty wagon, which I bought the car for, but Nicole's WRX, which I actually put number plates for this morning, these strips here, when it got painted, they got damaged when they got pulled off, and they had a bit of hail damage on them. So I needed those strips for her car, and I needed doors for the black one that we bought a while ago, and I've been waiting for a clean one to come up. I bought a red one, and when it turned up, it just, the panels weren't good enough on it to do the restoration and that on it. But you know, what do you do? Yeah, walking back towards this now, like look at that, with that dish in the back. Even though those wheels aren't a huge dished wheel, they look massive under that. Don't you reckon? Yeah, I've got to make them fit, and I've got to just run with those. I've got to buy some more spats, some more of these, and actually get them, or metalwork some more of these, make some more. I should be able to make some actually. Because if I get rid of that lip there, that's in there, and just pump them a touch and roll them and work with them, that's the go. I'm just going to run that size well, Pro Star, and run the 17s on the front. That's definitely, that was the look I wanted to go for to begin with it, with that dish on the back, and I reckon I can make that work just by making some spats for the back there. Yeah. But yeah, even at that though, I won't be able to go any lower with it there. The front definitely has to go lower. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just sort of get flares for it and just send it, you reckon, mate? Yeah. Makes it a different car, but it just looks so much cleaner and better. And once I delete that rear bar and smooth that, front bar, you can get skinny bars, like the first series ones are actually skinnier. So I may run one of them on the front, but yeah. Cool. I'm happy with that. Righto. What am I going to do now? I thought about I might play with a motorbike today. I'd never get a day off, and I was going to bed last night thinking, oh, what am I going to do tomorrow? I couldn't even get to sleep. I was that excited that I didn't have to drive around in my truck. Since stopping doing parts, I don't know if you guys have seen my sign. We stopped doing parts, but people just keep coming in, and there's signs that run all the way along. We do not sell parts. This is the holding yard, rah, rah, rah. And then I've got this sign here made up that says, so when you walk in, and people still walk in, they'll stand right here and go, oh mate, would you have a headlight? And it's like, mate, really? Like, come on. Got new signs coming for up here too. James from J&S. I was there last night getting some shirts printed for Mia. And where are the tags on a Daihatsu four-wheel drive? Mate, I don't know. On the car, in the engine bay, in the door. I'm not too sure. But yeah, sorry the lights are off in here, but yeah, Leith built this one this week. It's a Hilux motor for one of our customers. Full rebuild. The piston and everything, there'll be pictures of what he done on the, there's the flywheel for it that he machined. There's a new clutch going in it. Yes, he's been busy doing this one this week, so none of my stuff's sort of been getting done, but just how it goes. You've got to do work sometimes to pay the bill, keep the doors open. But yeah, so that goes in on Tuesday. I think they're going to fit it up. We don't do the fit ups. We just do the machine work and the building sort of things, and then give it back to the mechanics and go from there. So yeah, I don't know what else is going on. We've obviously got the 300ZX out to get that ready to sell. I'm waiting on a diff on this. I just told you about the motor on that's coming out for Leithsing. I picked up this 5 Series BMW the other day. It's not actually too bad. Full leather, beautiful car, and it's actually a TV. You can, or It's probably pre-digital though, so it's analog, but it would have been, this thing would have been flashing today as a 5 Series, M Series thing. Yeah, I don't know what else to show you guys about what's been going on. I haven't been here, eh? Like, I've just been so busy with work and stuff like that. Done a couple of scrap runs. Oh, I know what I'll show you. We're going down the EV path, okay, to learn about EV conversions. It is the way of the future, as much as I hate to say it, but it's time for us to learn about the motors, the controllers, and all that sort of stuff. So I bought 2 electric forklifts. So from what I can work out, these aren't the exact electric forklifts that you need. The stand-up ones run a 7-inch engine, a 7-inch motor, whereas you need an 8-inch motor to make big horsepower. But at this point, it's just a case of we know nothing. Like, honestly, we know nothing, and we're both a little bit daunted by the whole process. So, get this off if I can. All right, so yeah, you can see it's a bit of a mission. So what this does, it's got an electric motor that runs a hydraulic motor. So you got your electric motor here, and there's a hydraulic motor in there. And then you've got your controller boxes, your DC to AC, and then your throttle controllers and stuff like that. And I'll be completely honest with you, I know nothing about what I'm talking about now. I'm completely talking out of my ass. I know that's the motor, and I know that they're controller boxes, and that's it. But it is the way of the future, guys, and we just sort of have to start embracing it, because as you guys know, restoration is where I've been heading for years. I've accumulated a lot of classic cars to do restorations. Put an engine shop in because I knew that we were going to have to do engine building, but a lot of those cars are going to end up EV. That kills me inside too. But what do? You've got to move with the times. You know, how they're ever going to put enough charging stations in, or how they're going to deal with everyone charging their car at night when they can't even really, like I live out west, we have brownouts out here, which means when everyone runs their air conditioners, sometimes they'll cut a certain amount of power to certain areas and stuff like that. I'll put that on when I'm leaving today. But yeah, but look how good this Jag looks. I just looked across then while I was doing that. I've got to try and work out that dish. What do you guys reckon? I've got to work it out so I can run, because that's only a small tyre on the back. It's only like a 215 or something. But that's tough. That really is. That makes the car. Like, any of you guys that weren't too sure about my whole Jag obsession, when you see that now with like Pro Stars, because the rim will look exactly the same as a polished wheel with the but it'll just be a Pro Star center. That'll that's a trick. I'm loving it, guys. I really am. That's yeah, look at that. Once I delete that big chunky bar, even that big bar now with those wheels, it doesn't look terrible. Don't you reckon? I don't know. Sorry, I know I have issues. I bought some more twin carbs too the other day. I went down, there was a guy out near Ipswich, he had a delivery sedan there, an XL delivery sedan. Beautiful, beautiful car. Would have loved to have bought it, but I've got to buy my workshop. But just for another set of twins, it's an original Holden one. But yeah, I ended up with that manifold the other day for the Valiant, a 4-barrel one for the Hemi. That's the new manifold for the big block. And that's the toe cutter. Thank you very much, dude. One of you subscribers sent that to us a while back. But yeah, I don't know what else I can show you. I'm sort of just waffling on now. Yeah. I'm going to do this thing too. Just no time. It drives me mental. But I'm hoping to do a road trip in this one. I don't know if you guys saw a while back, I went to the fights in Caloundra, and a mate had a title fight down there, Red Dog, and he won. He's got another fight down New South Wales, down Newcastle way on the 9th of May, I think it is. So I'm going to try and have the Jag done and registered by then to drive it down. And I want to go down to Tempe Tyres to get a set of Simmons for Nicole's WRX. So yeah, I ordered number plates for her car this morning. And yeah, so look how dirty this old girl looks. Yeah. Show us the IT490. I haven't got an IT490, it's an IT250. I was going to I got my new bike bench, which is there. I was going to work on it today, but I'll work out what I'm going to do when I jump off the live stream. So I've got the bike bench there. and it's just over there in the pile of bikes. I bought a 4-wheel. I went riding on it once and haven't had time to go since. I went and had a colonoscopy. So I don't know if you guys know what a colonoscopy is, but yeah, it wasn't the best. You can't, like, you have to take this stuff, right, called Movil, and it cleans out your body because your colon, like, is where your poo is, obviously. They put a camera up there to find out what's wrong. And you take this stuff, this Movil stuff, for like 3 days before, and you can't eat for 24 hours and all this stuff, but you take it the night before, and then it's just water, just like a fire hydrant, blah, 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 all night. And you wake up the next morning, you have to take it again. And just the thought of drinking this stuff, knowing what it's going to do to you. And then I live in Kingatow, so I live like 2 and a bit hours from Toowoomba, and that's where the hospital is. So then at 8 o'clock in the morning, after drinking this stuff that makes you just evacuate, I had to get in the car. So we went from Kingatow to the workshop in Nanango, toilet. And then Yarraman, toilet. Then Maidenwell, toilet. Then bloody Crow's Nest, toilet. Kuya, toilet. Toowoomba, toilet. Like, it was just a mad rush to each toilet. So yeah, lucky I had leather seats, eh? But anyway, that's just a whole other story in yourself. So yeah, but that's why I sort of haven't been up and about much, because I've, been sick. But anyway, yeah, so this is the, I got this IT here for the forks and swing arm to go on to the IT to run late model enduro style big fat wheels and stuff. And then that 250 there will end up with the motor out of that DT200 there. So I got a 2-stroke YZ. But anyway, I'll get back to it, guys. It's, I'm going to pull this thing apart soon. The first step's to get the motor out of it. I do have another engine for this. Leith's getting this engine, but I've got another one. And once that comes out, then we can start the restoration project on this one. Yeah, I don't know. I am, believe it or not, working towards being in the workshop full time, but it's just hard when your job is driving the truck. It's, I don't know, you're gonna make an income. What do you do? I'm going for a careers day with one of my daughters soon to explain to her, when you piss about at school and you don't get an education, the job that you end up getting will suck your soul out. So I'm gonna go down to like Morayfield and go through the supermarket, and I'll explain to her, the people that work there work 5 or 6 days a week. They earn bugger all with no real chance of extra money. Like in my industry, you can make extra money. You can work extra hours. You can do an extra car. You can fix something, clean it up, sell it. You can make money. But if you don't strive and listen at school and learn how to read and write and just have a bit of foresight in where you're heading in later life, yeah, if you want to be the cool kid in class, you're going to be the dead shit in life. Put it that way. Trust me, I know, because I am that dead shit. I'm just very, very fortunate that I have a strong mechanical knowledge and can do this, because otherwise... But me finding people to work here, no one wants to do what we do. We work hard to make a reasonable living. But yeah, if you stay in school and actually listen, lose your image, you'll go a lot further than any of us. Yeah. And you won't get excited for days like today where you get to just piss about at your workshop and achieve absolutely nothing. But anyway, back to my wheels. And in saying that, if any of you young guys aren't too sure about a thing and need someone to talk to and aren't sure where you're heading in life, and you do feel like you're just making a mess of your life, message me. Honestly, I'm here to help direct you in the right direction to give you a better life. Like, I'm not going to give you money and I'm not going to give you a job, but I will talk to you and I will tell you what happened with me, and we can work out a way to help you move forward, because it kills me every day to see good kids throwing their life away. Yeah, just for an image, because that image is not going to pay you in later years. But anyway, back to wheels. It's all about wheels. What do you reckon about the 17 and 15 look? Because I'm going the same way with the hard top. I quite like it. I reckon it gives it that sort of pro stock look. It's good because these are the wheels here for the hard top, right? Not these, obviously. These are for HR. And that's for the best car in the world, a VN. So these are a Street Pro 2, But they've got a massive dish. See the dish on that? So they're 4.5 inch backspace, 3.5 inch backspace, which means a normal car would have a 4.5 backspace. These have a 3.5. So from that space there to that lip is 3.5 inches, which means you need to shorten your diff. Okay, so that's them, and they're a 15 on the rear with a 265, and then that's our front, which is a 17. It's only a 4.5 inch wheel, but you can see the size difference, so that'll give us that pro stock look as well. And they're going on the gold one out the back, and they are bloody expensive. Christ, I waste some money. But anyway, no wonder I'm broke all the time. Yeah. I sort of bought, you can buy these one at a time, and in order to afford them, that's sort of the way I've done it, was you just have to buy one and buy another one, just have a plan, you know, and then because they are quite expensive. Ben, thank you very much. And Tow King as well. Us Towies drive Ferraris and live in 2-story houses there. That's it, mate. Yeah, but I enjoy what I do though. Like, obviously you can go and re-educate to go and do something else, but I can't think of anything else I'd prefer to do, to be completely honest. I enjoy the cars and what I do, but it can be a hard living in the beginning trying to, you know, do what we do. But as long as you've got shiny wheels, you're cheering. Can't stop coming back. It must be right. If I keep coming back to look at it all the time, I've just got to make it happen. I think with the way the rear of the car sort of is so bubbled like that, it just has to have that dish. You know? Don't you reckon? I don't know if you guys can really make out what I'm going on about. The camera doesn't really do it justice, I don't think. But yeah. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get that much dish, but because I don't want to play with it too much because the wheel will fall off, but yeah, I don't know. If it can step just a touch and get rid of that lip, I just need to, I'm going to get some sheet metal and I'll cut a new one of these out and make that step so I can put it on and just make another one and then form it instead of wrecking those original ones. But I think I'm definitely going to run those spats. I actually quite like them. Yeah, I don't know. Alright guys, I might and hope your test's okay. Oh, the tests, as far as I know, they come up well. They said there was no bowel disease, and I haven't made the appointment to go to the doctors yet to get the results, but they were quite positive on the day when it all come back, so I don't know. Just things aren't right. Something's not right, so I've just got to follow the process and work out what's going on. But yeah, I might get this thing out, wash it, and give it a polish, I think. But yeah. All right, guys. I may be back tomorrow. I haven't got anything booked tomorrow, so I might come and muck about over here again. By then, I might actually have something exciting to do. I might pull some motorbikes out or something like that, and get started on doing that engine swap and order some parts this week. Something like that, anyway. But yeah. Anyway, guys. Thank you for joining in. Sorry I haven't been around more, but we'll get back on track. Every now and again I think I'm going to go and do a video and then the phone starts ringing. I've allowed time to edit that night and then the phone starts ringing. And you've got to take the money when it's there because you don't know when it's going to come. Working for yourself isn't all it's cracked up to be at times, but yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for everyone for the super chats. I really do appreciate the support. Yeah, cool. See you all soon, eh? See you. Bye.